over what the NSA was doing, I think is going to be a big challenge.
Greenberg says the country's in the middle of a heated debate over the limits on government spying, the legal treatment of terror suspects, and the future of the Guantanamo prison. And those are just some of the highly polarizing arguments the next nominee for Attorney General will have to wrestle with.
In terms of the legacy of Eric Holder, sentencing reforms, the general criminal justice reforms, the Voting Rights Act, which still needs serious tending, they are controversial issues. It could be somewhat of a holdup depending on how the politics play out.
Holder never shied away from controversy, especially on race. Just this morning, he told a panel sponsored by the Congressional Black Caucus, for all the nation's progress on civil rights, there's a great deal of work to be done. Virginia Republican Randy Forbes, who sits on the House Judiciary Committee, complained on the Fox Business Channel that Holder put politics above the law. He hopes the next Attorney General will be different.
If the president continues to want somebody that's just going to be very partisan, very polarizing, an individual that's simply going to take a motto that the end justifies the means, I think he's going to have a very difficult time getting that approved by the Senate.
Some Republicans want to postpone consideration of any nominee until the new year, when a new Senate could have a Republican majority. But Democrat Patrick Leahy says that was not the GOP's position when Michael Mukasey was nominated as Attorney General late in the term of former President Bush.
They had no objections to hurrying for George W. Bush's nominee. So, I mean, you can't have a double standard.
If the vote is held this year, Senate Democrats could confirm a new Attorney General with a simple majority, and Republicans would not have a chance to block it. Scott Horsley, NPR News, the White House.
Now we turn to our Friday political commentators, E.J. Dionne of the Washington Post and David Brooks of the New York Times. Welcome back.
Good to be with you.
And let's start with the Eric Holder resignation and his years as Attorney General. He was considered a heat shield, protecting the president on some issues, and also, as we heard from Scott Horsley just now, a lightning rod for criticism from both the left and the right. E.J., what stands out for you as you think about Eric Holder's tenure?
Well, I think he had a lot of courage, and I think that he's leaving on a high note. There was a period when he was under immense attack, and he leaves now with that visit to Ferguson that I think was very important in highlighting the issue and actually bringing people together. Sentencing reform and over-incarceration issues he cares about have a lot of support now, not just on the left, but on the libertarian side among many conservatives, and he's been very aggressive on voting rights. Matt Apuzzo, a reporter at the New York Times, had a great line where he said his biggest supporters are also among his loudest critics. And, you know, liberals have been upset on civil liberties connected to terrorism, the pressure he's put on journalism, and some are unhappy they didn't go after individuals in the Wall Street mess. But I think on the whole he leaves in a very positive way, and as I say,